What up everyone, I'm Trey Baird and this is Gossipin' Games, and today we're going to be playing Bart vs. the Space Mutants on the NES, and we're going to be discussing, what else? The fact that Donald Trump apparently hates Muslims and doesn't want to let them into the country, or so some people would have you believe. I just wanted to weigh in with my own personal thoughts on the matter. President Trump signed on Friday an executive order that severely restricts immigration from 7 Muslim countries, suspends all refugee admission for 120 days, and bars all Syrian refugees indefinitely. The executive order applies only to non-U.S. citizens, so anyone with U.S. citizenship, whether that person is natural born or naturalized, is not affected. So yeah, Donald Trump's been signing a lot of executive orders since he entered the presidency, and as of this recording, it's been a couple of weeks since he's been president. I think 12 days if I'm not mistaken. And it's just been a big shit show from the very beginning. It just sucks to see the nation divided like this, because I would like to see the progressive, loving utopia that I know we're capable of being. I mean, the pessimistic outlook is that we're all destined to kill each other and that war is inevitable because of human nature. And sure, I can agree with that, but that doesn't mean, and I've seen this with my own eyes, that doesn't mean that we can't live a loving existence, while we're here. And I'm not pointing any fingers here. I just see it everywhere I look. Everyone's angry, everyone's pissed off. And Donald Trump didn't create this situation. He didn't turn 2 groups of people against each other. He just capitalized on the raw hatred that one side had and got behind it and became the figurehead for that side. And I'm not pointing fingers at that side either, because it could have very easily happened with the other side. It could have happened with the side that thinks that all children should be immunized and gets legitimately pissed off if anyone suggests otherwise. And the reason I bring that up is just because it's a good example, because that abortion, there are just some issues that people refuse to see eye to eye on whatsoever. And all of that is starting to come to a head with this Donald Trump bullshit. All I'm saying is that, I wish that, it didn't have to be like this. But apparently, it does have to be like this. But for how long is the question? Hopefully not for 4 years. Hopefully, either he's removed from the office, or we learn to find peace with the fact that we have a President Donald Trump. Either option works for me. I don't care either way. I don't think I needed that. So a lot of people have been saying that this executive order banning Muslims from entering the country is illegal because it goes back to the civil rights movement and the discrimination laws that came about, saying that, one of the things you couldn't be discriminated against for is national origin, which does the U.S. government have the right to discriminate or restrict access to people based on where they come from, especially if we are essentially at war with those people. And you know, the US did declare war on terrorism. I'm not sure if that war has ever been officially stated to be over or not. The actions of every president since George W. Bush, Barack Obama, Donald Trump has implied that we have not discontinued that war, that we are still at war with terrorism itself. And this is a Obama administration document that has singled out these 7 countries as being state sponsors of terrorism. And I lost my train of thought. And the thing is, there's other countries that are Muslim, predominantly Muslim, that have not been banned by the US. So to say that it's a blanket ban on Muslims is a bit of hyperbole, in my opinion. But I would be curious to see this go to the Supreme Court, which there's a good chance it will, because we gotta have those ratings, folks. We gotta keep CNN and Fox News in business. And make no mistake, CNN and Fox News and all those other companies that profit off of the news, they are thrilled about having Donald Trump in the office. It doesn't matter what Wolf Blitzer says. Having Donald Trump in the office is good for ratings, it's good for clicks, it's good for business. Because that's what he is. He's a businessman. It wouldn't surprise me at all if part of the reason he does the things he does is to generate ad revenue. I mean, I'd be more surprised if he wasn't doing that, to be honest with you. If there's one thing that Donald Trump is good at, it's marketing, it's branding, it's running business efficiently. And does that translate to being a good president? I don't know. I really have no basis to have such an opinion. To me, it's more like wait and see. So far, he's certainly a controversial president, and he's certainly been good for Fox News and CNN. Has he been good for America? It's too early to tell, in my opinion. My thing is, if you're coming from one of these 7 Muslim countries, why did you decide to make your travel arrangements at a time when Donald Trump was beginning his presidency? Because this travel ban doesn't surprise me, like, even slightly. I mean, based on his recent actions and just based on the type of person he is, I'm just not really that surprised at all that, he's done this. And I can't believe that anyone else would be, but I don't know, maybe I just look at it differently than the common person. Maybe I would look at it differently if it was happening to me. Who knows? It just seems like common sense would come into play a little bit here. If I was from one of those countries, I probably wouldn't have made my travel arrangements at that time. But, like I said, I don't know. Just when things couldn't get any worse as far as controversy goes, we have our Attorney General who actually made headlines when she said she wasn't going to enforce the travel ban. Wow, look at that. Did you see that? I barely walked 2 screen lengths. I've already got all my letters. That's insane. It never happens that quickly. See, I don't even need to jump on them anymore. Oh, I should have jumped over that one. So, she refuses to enforce the travel ban. Oh, I hate that. And Donald Trump fires her the same evening. It's like a freaking TV show. You know, it's just sad because it's not a TV show. Oh, I just hope that we can learn to find peace somehow. Because otherwise, you know, we just can't go forward the next 4 years being ready to kill each other, hating each other. You know, love trumps hate. It's more important than ever to remember that. If you want to hate the president, then, you know, that's fine. But try not to hate your fellow Americans, is all I ask.